samajkoawaj.com.
Namaste. For the preservation, recording and enhancement of Nepalese history, culture and heritage. Today we are at the spot Devighat. It's a Prathivi memorial where he died, the king, the great king of Nepal. First of all, he was the bravest of the brave. He was the brave soldier rather king. I am being a retired army officer. I would like to salute him first. Even though I am not on uniform, the khaf, it belongs to the Nepalese army's glory. It was the descending glory of King Prithvi. I would like to put on my head, then I would like to pray him, then him salute. He is the brave soldier. He is not lesser than the Napoleon the Great. Any bravest of the brave, King Prithvi the Great, who born in Gorkha on 11 January 1723. Who dies on 11 January or the same day, 11 January 1725 at the age of 51-52. So, I also would like to remind you the unifier gentlemen, the heroes in the old, who unified Germany. He was the Bismarck. Who unified Italy? He was the Garibaldi. Who unified China after colony of British and Japan? It was Mao Zedong. Who unified politically to India? It was Mahatma Gandhi. So on, so on, so on. So many characters in the history. Like this, like that. King Prithvi the Great, who started unification campaign in Nepal. I also would like to remind you, Nepal was a great country from Kamarudra of Assam to Haridwar of present India. It was really great country. In the history, in the ancient history, you will find it. Yes, it's a political cause. Any country becomes a greater, larger and becomes also fragmented like UK, England, who had the state geography of without sunsetting in the globe. Slowly it disappeared. Now there is only United Kingdom. Even you talk later on about the USSR Russia. It was the largest country in the world, but it has become fragmented. So on, so on. If you talk about the Yugoslavia, it also gets same history. Yes, Nepal also gets same history. It was larger country in South Asia. It was ever independent, never colonized by any power. It is our history, it is our glory. And yes, we had so many small states within the state, Nepal state. More than 54 state principalities within the Nepal. So Nepal was almost to be collapsed, almost to be captured by the British power, who were already arrived in India as East India Company. They were marching towards the northern side in order to reach Lhasa and Peking. So in the same time, King Prithvi born in Nepal. He was the gift of the Nepal. He was the gift of the goddess, gift of the god, gift of the Nepalese soil. Really, he was the patriotic soldier of Nepal. Being 20 years old, a very teenager guy who thinks to unify Nepal, who thinks to control over Nuwakot. In 1744, he launches his first attack, 1743. He fails. Then second time, he organized, he managed, he regroups. He gets very good logistic support. Then he launches attack against Nuwakot. He gets success. That was his biggest victory. That was the first step. And this Nuwakot, it is really related and connects with the King Prithvi Saha. He enters from Subaghat. When he arrives Subaghat from Gorkha, he enters from Subaghat, then Nuwakot, then Belkot, He builds a palace here, 7 stories palace here. Finally he dies here as the demigod. Look at. It is the Prithvi Narayan's history. Everywhere in Nagarkot, you will get it, you will find it. The Nuwakot is the full of the history of Prithvi Narayan. So the Nuwakot itself, it is a glory, it's a history, it's a pride of Prithvi Narayan and his bravery. I also would like to remind you about his brother's contribution. Of course, the Gorkha royal families, including his mothers, his sisters, his brothers, Daljit Saha, Surapratap Saha, Muhammad Kriti Saha, so on, so on. Many brothers, they never left Prithvi Narayan alone. They were always with him. They fought several battles. They led several battles so that it was successful. And then he knows that, he knew that the British were already in southern border. So he started unification campaign. If Prithvi Narayan was not born in Nepal, for sure there would be no more Nepal at all. British would have captured Nepal as a part of India, greater India. So the identity we Nepalese having now, the identity we Nepali have Nepal, it is the Prithvi Narayan. There is no doubt, there is no doubt. This great persons, his statue here, look at. However, it is big unfortunate. The so-called Maoist revolution in Nepal, the so-called, it was not people's revolution, it was some person's revolution. I never convinced that was a revolution. So that people, they made ruin this statue, they broken several times. Recently it has re-erected. Look at this group. Were the looters? Were the destroyers of history? Why they destroy this statue? As their definition, he was the fascist, looter, blah 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 blah. Look at this. So that it has been erected again. I salute those people who re-established this statue. If you don't know, as a Nepali, you might be in any political parties, from any caste, any place, but you must know about your Nepal. Who unified Nepal? How it unified Nepal? So we should not be hostile about our history. If you become hostile, it is because of money muscle of Western powers. The European Union especially, the Christian, they don't like Prithvi Narayan. Every time they want to make ruin the Prithvi Narayan's history. They blame Prithvi Narayan, but they were the colonists. They were the expansionists. They enjoyed making colony over the Asia. Please, European, look at your history first. Then talk about Prithvi Narayan, what he was, who he was, what he did from Nepal. You are talking, you are writing Prithvi Narayan as anti-Christian, but he was not anti-Christian. He fought for the just. The Christian padris, missionaries who lived in Kathmandu, Patan, Bhaktapur, they were doing politics. They made encouragement to fight each other. The Kantipur king, Patan king, and Bhaktapuri king in order. They had never peace, never good relation because of the Christian padris, Christian missionaries. So far, same missionaries, they want to make ruin to Prithvi Narayan. So Prithvi Narayan timely, he caught this group, he controlled this group. So they were kicked out from Kathmandu Valley. Yes, the religion, Christian religion, Muslim religion, Hindu religion, Jain religion, the goddess, they are equal. They are very, very respectful. No demarcation. But your behave, if you convert your religion into politics, then you will be hated. Then will hate you. So it was the same condition the Christian were doing politics during the time of Prithvinarayan Saha, who wanted to call upon British force over Western force over Kathmandu. Same thing happened. The Captain Kinloch's mission in Nepal was the provocation of Christian missionaries and the Kantipuri king. That was the result. In this regard, please do not misinterpret. Prithvinarayan Saha was the anti-Christian. So, we Nepali people, we should know about what he did. He was 20 years old lad king. We started unification campaign from Nuwakot to Dudkosi, Sikkim, and finally he was successful to unify Nepal from western Chepe Nadi, Chepe river to eastern Sikkim. Of course, Sikkim was under Nepalese colony. There is no doubt. If you look at the Treaty of Sugauli, 1816, in the 6th number clause, there is a provision. Today onwards, there will be no more Nepalese administration, blah 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 blah. So we were from that day onwards, we ignored, we lost the control over Sikkim. So that it was the foundation beginning of Nepalese unification. Then after, his son, his sons, his sister, daughter-in-law, and many characters from royal family, they unified Nepal up to nearby the Kashmir. It was the greater Nepal. From Sikkim to Kashmir, almost Kashmir, we had greater Nepal. In the southern area also, we had a lot of geography, but we lost our geography after Anglo-Nepal war. So we have a geography now in Nepal from Tista to Mahakali. Look at now. Who conquered, who preserved, who saved this nation? Of course, the Prithvinarayan Saha, his ancestor and his generation. They saved Nepal. Why not you people now, you leader now? Why you can't save your border now? Where is your Kalapani? Where is your Susta? Where is your so many encroached our land towards India and China? Why don't you talk? Why don't you regret it again? So you blaming to Saha family, Saha dynasty, Prithvinarayan Saha as evil. Thanks God, you people are not after the salt of Nepal. You are doing for the sake of any power, any monetary muscle, just for the power, government's power. It's a shameful. Please read your history. Who was Prithvinarayan Saha? What he did? How many times he was leading the battles during the unification campaign? How long he sat on the throne? How long he sat with his army, his troops? Please find the history, write the history, read the history. Finally, this place is a memorial of late King Prithvinarayan Saha, who dies here, and who burns here as a unifier, because his first step was in Nuwakot. In this regard, ladies and gentlemen, I do request you all, the foreigner especially, don't blame to Prithvinarayan Saha. He is our Nepalese hero, he is our unifier. If you say Bismarck and Garibaldi as a hostile for your country, then talk to my Prithvinarayan Saha. Otherwise, he is our father's nation's father. He is our bravest of the brave. He is more than the Napoleon. So, if the Nepal remains in the globe, Prithvinarayan Saha and his history remains always. It is for sure. We Nepalese, we are not any coward, caste and blood. So, finally, thank you very much. Prithvinarayan Saha is the great. I talked about the death of King Prithvinarayan Saha. As per our tradition, if somebody is about to die, before we didn't have a doctor, We used to have our traditional Baides. They used to call Ghate Baide. They knew how long people could survive alive. So they could declare after so many minutes he's going to die. If somebody declares to be died soon, then after as soon as possible that would be dead body would be carried out nearby this river junction, Tri-junction. This is our culture. This is the holy place. This is the junction of river. Right side it calls Trisuli. Left side is a Tadi, Suryamati. So it is the holy junction. So before the river used to flow from this side. And where this spot, the king's Prithvi Narayan Saha was cremated here by fire. So again I would like to repeat you, as per our tradition, religion, culture, if anybody dies within 15 to 20 minutes, within 10 minutes, he is supposed to be burnt, cremated. So, some Western author, historian, writing it as a conspiracy because King Prithvi Narayan Saha, he died by some conspiracy. Somebody killed him, somebody poisoned him because he was cremated as soon as possible after his death. No, it is wrong. This is our tradition. We cremate our dead body as soon as possible. As soon as possible. This is our culture. And the king, the unifier of Nepal, who born on 11th January 1723, who dies on again same day 11th January 1775, almost 52 years. He completes 51. Very young guy, very young lad. We lost our national pride. We lost the symbol of national unity. We lost our great soldier. We lost the bravest king of Nepal. This is the place, very memorial place, holy place. I salute him. I pay my tribute on him. He is the Nepal maker. He is the unifier of Nepal. I thank you him. I salute him, my late king Prithvi Narayan Saha.
Samajkoawaj.com